Hello. Thank you for joining. This is Robert here from PatientFront. So I know usually these videos, they begin with a really long rags to riches backstory with a bunch of screenshots and Stripe accounts and whatnot. But I know you've seen ads like this every single day, so I'm just going to skip straight to the point. Okay. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you something different from what you've seen out of the market right now. Okay. I'm going to show you exactly how we're booking a minimum of 100 patients a month for our clients inside of the Art of Patients completely organically. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to be able to guarantee the results inside of the Art of Patients. And also, I'm going to train your entire team because we want to help you create a culture of top performers and scale your practice past 6 figures a month this 2021. Okay, so super quick disclaimer. I know you're here for training. This is not a webinar. Okay, so just putting that out there. If you're watching this video, I know you're in charge of a practice and your time is valuable, just like mine. So I'm not going to go into an unusually long extended sales pitch asking you to book how to book more appointments and what dialing in your sales practice would look like for your practice. We know why you're here. This quick 15-minute video will cut straight to the point, and I'm going to show you what's working really well for us, for our clients, and how it can bring you great results for 2021. So literally, again, there's nothing for sale. So even if you are hoping to buy something, put that credit card back in your wallet because you're not going to need it. Okay. As not a bonus for sticking around, give me 15 minutes every time, and I'm going to send you an insanely valuable masterclass training on how we're booking an additional 5 to 15 minutes, 15 appointments a day, I'm sorry, for our doctors' practices. This masterclass is usually selling right now on Facebook for $47. We actually have an ad running for that. But since you're watching this video, I know you're an action taker, and I want to give this to you absolutely for free, give you a head start versus everyone else, and I want to show you how serious I am about getting you results. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to show you exactly why mastering organic outbound is the key to future-proofing your practice for a scale while maintaining your profit margins, because that's really important. How we used this really simple messaging framework to quickly scale 37 of our clients to between 100 and 200 new patients every single month. Actual paid visits, not trials or freebies or giveaways. You're going to find out with me, I'm a huge believer in never, ever discounting your services. Okay, so I'm going to show you that how we've been able to scale 37 of our clients all in the past 90 days without offering a single discount. So this is actually one of our clients. This is Sensational. Sensational went from being a fairly new practice with having just a few clients to ranking one of the top 10 med spas in Texas. And this is within 6 months of the Art of Patients. Okay, so these are some of the results. They were able to get a huge ROI on their investment really quickly too. Right now, they're actually in the process of booking about 800 patients a month. Okay, so that's huge. Or take Awesome Smiles, for example. This is Dr. P. So they went from just booking a few new patients every single month to, on average, 200 new patients every single month inside of the Art of Patients. So keep this in mind. Results like this, they're not typical, and they are for practices with a proven offer and who have already been established. So these results are not typical for practices that are just starting out. It can happen, but it's not typical. So one of the keys is focusing on what's effective and making it as simple as possible. I mean, Leonardo da Vinci said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and with great reason for it. So a lot of our clients, they have been doing too much work and charging too little for what they're doing right now, especially before working with us. So take your fee schedules, for example. When was the last time that you looked over them? I mean, a lot of the clients that we have, a lot of the doctors that we work with, last time they looked at their fee schedules was 5-10 years ago. I mean, in order to keep making money, you have to do a lot of volume. Not to throw shade at any particular state or government insurance, but there's some insurance payouts. I mean, that they're paying out like really, really little. I mean, you have to do a lot of volume in order to make some money. So we want to get our doctors as far away from that as possible. And we actually do help you with that. So what does it take? So a simple tweak to your offer, to your positioning. And that's going to go a really long way on unlocking immediate cash flow that's already sitting in pipeline. So a little bit of backstory on me. I know you don't want to hear about me, you want to see about the results. But I do own a few medical practices here in El Paso, so I know what it's like to be in the fire. I know it's stressful. I know what it's like working with doctors who've been in the field for a while versus working with new doctors, working with new assistants, working with practice managers that are not up to par. So I know what it's like to be in the fire. The advantage of that is I'm coming from a business perspective, so not from a medical perspective. So I've seen the light. I mean, I've applied this to our practices, to our clients' practices, and right now I'm actually offering the opportunity to apply to your practice. I want you to become one of the great case studies that we proudly show. So one of the first things that you need to ask yourself is, are you only as good as your traffic? Are you only as good as your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, your LinkedIn? So I know this sounds harsh, but this is the question on the minds of even 6- and 7-figure a month practice owners who are getting their leads exclusively from ads. But one of the things you have to know is that if your team, whether it be your front desk, whether it be somebody like a company you're hiring out for doing cold calls for you, or you're doing emails or cold calls yourselves, if you're only relying on ads right now, you're simply an order taker. And that's the bottom line. Let's be real for a second. You're the decision maker. And I know that I'm sure of it because you're watching this video. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. I know that you know more about your practice better than anybody else. I mean, without the system in place, you won't be able to effectively train anyone else to close like you do, which is going to stop you from being able to scale without everything else breaking. I mean, we help you set up a system in place, and we help you train other people to be able to manage it for you, because we want you to take your hands off the wheel as soon as possible. And dialing in your organic is key to this. So here it is, the 3 simple steps to a rock solid patient booking process that scales your practice. You can use this effectively to train your team and create a culture of top performance while actually doing less work yourself, typically about 1 hour a day on outreach, and spending $0 in ads. So let's go and jump in. So one of the most important things right now is framing the call. So if you don't know the simple psychology behind why people are going to your practice, whether you're getting leads from advertisements organically, or even if you're getting the insurance leads, you get the actual list and start calling them, you're not going to be able to turn them into long-term patients. Framing is crucial for gaining clarity around the 1 degree of change your patients need and they're looking for. Okay, so what is this? This is pretty much the one thing that you are providing as a solution to the market, and what the beliefs are surrounding this problem as your prospects see it, as your patients see it in their language, not yours. So without having clarity around this, even if you're bringing in patients, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to end up with a really high turnover rate, or you're going to end up with patients with buyer's remorse. I mean, later on, they're going to want a discount, or they're going to want an actual refund. So this rolls right into process number 2, a bulletproof follow-up. If you're doing organic outreach and you're not seeing consistent, repeatable results, I got news for you. The truth is that this is where the FU money comes in, pardon my French. If you don't have a follow-up system dialed in, realistically what you're doing is you're just warming up the market for your competitors. You're laying down the sales process for your competition, and it's as simple as that. I mean, we all know that it's as simple as multiple touch points. In the sales process, we all know that it takes 6 to 13 points of contact to shift the beliefs around what your company looks like in the eyes of a prospect and get them ready to buy. So it's a sales 101. Chances are, if you're having a pipeline of open conversations, pretty much meaning that you have a lot of emails that you're sending out, but you haven't followed up with them, people that you're calling with, sending out flyers, but you haven't consistently touched up with them, you're just warming up your prospects over for somebody else. You're leaving these people unserved, and they're going to jump ship on the first opportunity they get. Because pretty much you just warm them up to get to third base, but somebody else is going to come in and scoop them up. This is why mastering the follow-up is where the real potential is. You need to stay alive in 2021 by following up. So number 3 is the simple system that you can train your team on that allows you to scale while protecting your profit margins and future-proofing your practice systems. Okay. So the main key is keeping the main thing, using simple conversational psychology to get a response from your prospects. What do I mean by this? So let's say, for example, you're having somebody call out, somebody who's interested in your service. A lot of what happens is that people start throwing up into, hey, you know what, this is so-and-so from Bob's Hearts. I mean, right now we're offering a 2-for-1 deal. We've been in business for so long. Our doctor is so great. We're awesome. You know that instead of going over there, and then they just get onto this rant. They're just throwing up information at somebody's face, and you're actually talking people out of going through your practice. If you're spending more than 1 hour a day sending out messages or calling or emails, it's very likely that you're actually talking your prospects out of going into your practice because you're giving them too much information. So Rob, if it's so easy, why haven't I been able to do it? And truth is, with most of our doctors, most of our clients, it's a matter of overthinking and doing too much. So why doesn't everybody do it? Well, it's just a simple tweak you need to do. Usually changing one of your deliverables that actually solves one problem. We're able to unlock immediate cash flow while you're going to be doing less. So this has allowed a lot of our doctors to go from a complete stalemate to closing 5-figure deals. And pretty much, what does that translate into? Instead of booking one person in the family, all of a sudden you just booked every single member of that family, right? So just in a few days of working with us, and like I said, these results aren't typical. They don't happen across the board, but we're able to guarantee them within the first 90 days. And we've been able to do this quite well. So this has allowed a lot of our clients to go into some of what you actually see here. I mean, if you take a look at our ratings, whether in Google or Google Maps or actual reviews on the website and stuff like that, you're going to see that we have a lot of people that are really happy with the results. They wish they could have done this earlier. Why doesn't everybody do it? Well, right now, a lot of the people are trying to sell you something. They're using fancy words, fancy terms, and buzzwords. So they're telling you what used to work is that. So for example, cold calling. They're going to tell you cold calling is dead. Nobody cold calls anymore. Cold email, same thing. Nobody buys those lists anymore when you're trying to send out emails. Nobody calls the insurance ones. Nobody hands out flyers. They're going to tell you all of this and they're going to make you believe it because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell you something. And then you buy into it. They want to overcomplicate a process with an unnecessary amount of tech. Have you ever heard somebody they're selling you AI? AI is going to help me to do this. It's going to create your ads and stuff like that. They're just selling you technology that they're trying to tell you that everything else works. That everything else doesn't work, rather, but only this piece of technology. And I call it the shiny object syndrome. I mean, I call these people the shovel sellers because 9 times out of 10, when somebody's trying to tell you something, ask them this one question. Okay, you know medical, right? Okay, can you tell me about, is your company HIPAA compliant? Which of course we are. Okay, ask them about fee schedules. Ask them about different things that are into the actual medical market, and they're not going to know how to answer. Why? Because they're only selling you shovels. We've been into the actual field for quite a bit now. We actually, like I said earlier, we actually own a couple of practices. So I'm not trying to sell you any shiny object. So that's pretty much what it is. So as I promised, this would be a short video. We're actually 2 minutes over, so I apologize for that. I'm not going to have you enough time to show you exactly how it's going to work for your practice in specific. But if you take a look at some of the actual case studies that we have right below this, you're gonna be able to see that it works for our clients right across the board on different industries. Okay, so the art of patience has been proven to work across the board. And you see results like this, like these ones, getting a bunch of calls, getting an actual a huge amount of people converting, coming into your practice, ranking really well for SEO. More results over here. So recap really quick. What did we learn? Of course, framing the call is as simple as making it as easy as possible for your prospects to understand you. Second thing, you can close more sales with the follow-up system. And number 3 is that simplicity is the key to scaling predictably. Okay, I want you to keep your profit margins, so never discount your services. So at this point, you have 2 options. I mean, you can do option number 1, and you can do whatever we did in the first half of 2020 and go at it alone. We can just use a system that we already have and team that we already have and a proven method for 37 of our past clients and current clients rather. And you can start booking 100 patients a month. Alrighty, so this is going to work really well for you. I mean, I know it because we've already done this for quite a bit. I know that it works. Okay, and as I mentioned at the end of the video, I was going to give you a huge bonus for sticking around. So check out, there's going to be a button down below this video that normally appears a few minutes after you watch this video. So in it, I'm going to give you a folder with bonus files that are going to help you get started right away on how to start setting up a lot of your presence online so you can start doing reach out. And like I said, it's completely free. So all you have to do is click on the button, one of the buttons down below, and it's going to be labeled give me my freebies or something like that. So there's that. After this, you're already going to have all the tools that you need to get started filling out your calendar with 100 new patients a month in 30 days. I mean, that's practically it. I told you I wasn't going to sell you anything. One of the next steps, I mean, if you want to scale and skyrocket your practice to 100 patients a month, that's great. Go ahead and take the downloads that I gave down below, and you're free to walk away. But if you want to scale it even further to an extra 100K, 250,000, even an extra 500,000 a month, then let's talk. I mean, I opened up my schedule. For the next few days, I will have some time set aside to go ahead and talk to you. I'm going to audit your process, your sales process, and I'm going to give you a custom action plan specific to your practice. I mean, this isn't going to be a cookie cutter approach. This is going to be something that's going to be specific to your practice. I'm also going to build out a custom script for you to be able to reach out to the leads that you're going to be getting so you can set them as appointments. And that way you can train your front desk so they can start doing that for you. Call is usually between 15 and 20 minutes. And then right there, we're going to decide if it's going to make sense to scale up your business with help as soon as this week. So this call is ultimately going to allow us to get a feel for working together and show you a custom plan you can use to get results. Okay. So here's how the process works. So today, go ahead and book a call with us below. We're going to go ahead and take a look at your practice, your website. We're going to take a lot of things in the actual backend. And within the next 14 to 21 days, while you start implementing the freebies that I gave to you, which is again on the button below, give me my freebies, implement those. And I know you're going to have your organic sales system dialed in already and collecting cash on your low hanging fruit, pretty much your pipeline already. After that, within 30 and 60 days, you're going to be rapidly scaling up while maintaining your high profit margins. I keep on telling you, do not discount your services. And then from there, once everything starts picking up, by week 8, we're going to be working together, hiring new reps, new front desk people. We're going to help you hire new doctors or new assistants so they can go ahead and help you keep the growth momentum going. Okay, so we need these systems in place to continue to scale. And how do we do this? By training your entire team. Okay, so implementing all of this, creating a culture of top performance. So that's the end of the call, of the actual video. Go ahead and book a call with us. I want to help you scale